Hey guys, Evo Tchernev, Stephen Jacobson from Jacobson and Tchernev. Just wanted to say thank you to all our clients. We're wrapping up 2025, our best year to date, and just wanted to say thank you.
2025 has been an outstanding year here at the law office of Jacobson and Tchernev. Over $14 million recovered for our clients, hundreds of cases settled throughout the course of the year, but most important, helping out hundreds of different individuals going through really difficult times. It has been an outstanding year. Evo, what was your favorite part of 2025?
It's a good question. We had a lot of interesting cases resolved. We had a lot of difficult cases, come close to trial, and we're able to resolve them. Just being able to handle such a volume of cases, I think, was the most rewarding.
For me, it's always when it comes into actually handing person the check, experiencing their joy of knowing that the case has been resolved, but most importantly, their excitement knowing that we have accomplished what we had originally promised for them, which was resolving their case, getting their bills resolved, and making sure that they got a decent amount of money in their pocket. Specifically this year, we had so many unbelievable reviews, unbelievable awards / settlements. It really has been a great year for us. And on behalf of myself and Evo here, we just want to say thank you to the clients, thank you to the people who put trust into us, because it really does mean the world to us.
And I think we joke about this all the time. Sometimes the fee that we get is not as important as when when a client comes in and just even gives us like a nice a little plaque that says thank you or writes a nice review. I think that's more meaningful sometimes than the money, because at the end of the day, knowing that you made such a difference in somebody's life is what kind of keeps us going through those tough days.
It really does. Like every year, in January, there are new laws that go into effect. Here are some of the laws that impact you for 2026.
For example, Scott's Law, Illinois motorists may be familiar with, has been expanded, meaning it doesn't just apply to police and fire vehicles. Right now, if you see, starting in January, police, fire, IDOT, ambulance, tow truck, construction vehicle pulled over, you need to significantly slow down. As soon as it's safe, move over and further discontinue use of any cell phone devices. And this law is especially strictly enforced in construction zone.
Another law that has changed is the Gun Safety and Storage Act has been expanded. If you do not properly store your firearm in a safe way, specifically to make sure that minor children cannot get access to it, not just could you be civilly liable for any actions that are taken, but criminally liable for not properly storing your firearm.
Another change that has to deal with driving and driver's licenses, where a family member could petition the Secretary of State of Illinois and inform them that a family member either has a mental or physical inability to drive, for the Secretary of State to review that file more closely and take appropriate action.
For those who watch Criminal Minds, there has been changes to the amount of time in which you can describe someone as a missing person. It used to be that the requirement was 24 hours for them to be declared a missing person. But the problem is that missing people who've been gone for more than 24 hours are near impossible to find thereafter. So the law has changed now that you can immediately describe a person as a missing person and report them to the police as missing as soon as they are declared or you are unable to find them. So it's important that if you actually feel it is an emergency and that this is a missing person, that you immediately report it to the police.
And just want to follow up on that, the police have to take your report. Stephen, we've gotten some questions as to why we're doing these educational videos and why we're suddenly have this bigger presence on social media this year.
Well, Evo, I think that the main reason we're doing it is for clicks and likes. No, but for real, I think that the important thing is, and the reason we do these videos is so that we can give people the opportunity to learn about the industry and learn about their rights. I think that the biggest problem that people have is when you're involved in an incident such as an auto accident, a fall, any type of injury situation, it's too late for you to figure out and learn what to do. If you know what to do before it happens, it gives you the opportunity to make sure that what you're doing is the right thing to do for that situation, that you're not taking advantage of.
And by no stretch of imagination are we saying that these short videos are going to give you a full education on, but hopefully they make a difference and you have a better understanding, a better idea of what you could do in order to help you out if you happen to be in one of those situations where, for example, if you're in a car accident and, taking photos, it's the number one thing. Everybody has a phone with a camera, take as many photos as possible. Sometimes photos that clients have thought are completely meaningless, we find a lot of good clues in them. Things like that. I mean, that one little detail could turn a case where it's a 50-50. It's a questionable who's at fault to where we can say because of X, Y, and Z, this is what happened.
Yeah, I think that the most impactful thing for me is when people come up to me and say, hey, I follow you on Instagram and I didn't know X, Y, Z, and that was really informative and that was very helpful. When I get that information, it really, really makes me feel like what we're doing is not just helping individuals, but leading them to doing the right things if this sort of situation ever comes up. So if you can, tell your friends, tell your family, like and subscribe. We really appreciate all the following that we have, and we hope that we get an even bigger following in 2026.
And one last thing, the irony is not lost on us that we're doing this on social media, but what social media has changed is the content that's available. And a fair warning that we give to all of our clients is to be careful what you put on social media because everything is accessible. Even if you think that somebody can't find it, we know insurance companies can. So keep that in mind. The content you post on social media could be forever. And think of it this way. This is kind of how we always explain it. Do you want somebody looking at that 20 years from now?
Anything you post can and will be used against you in a court of law. I gotta say, it has been a very interesting 2025 thus far.
How so?
It started with just a lot of social and political issues going on, divisive issues going on throughout the country. But in terms of here, I think the one thing that everyone has been able to agree on is that the insurance company on most of this stuff is the enemy.
Yeah.
For a group of people that can't agree on anything, it doesn't matter which side of the aisle you are on in any topic. We can all agree that these insurance companies, all they're doing is taking advantage of people on a pretty consistent basis.
And for example, this morning I saw in the Tribune that Allstate is raising homeowners insurances again. This was on the heels of other insurers like State Farm raising homeowners insurance rates. And obviously that's a lot has to do with compensating for natural disasters.
And Aaron Rodgers. You've got to pay for Aaron Rodgers and all the other advertisers and discount double check people.
But he did pay us back at least now.
Yeah, it's about time they finally got him back.
Yeah, he's a great owner.
It's funny, I always tell people, whenever someone's involved in an accident, the first thing they always say to me is, are my rates going to go up? And my answer is, unfortunately, your rates are going up 30 or 40% across the board, whether you're involved in an accident or not. People are just getting taken advantage of on a consistent basis. And then when they actually ask their insurance company to step in and do the right thing for them, they just won't. They just refuse to. It makes no sense.
Well, I think the marketing that's put out by the insurance companies that we see, you watch Sunday football and you're going to see all the commercials, is a great job in marketing because, well, what is the one thing they always harp on? Come to us, we'll give you the lowest rates. And how do they get the lowest rates normally?
Worst policy.
Cut coverage.
Correct.
Get a state minimum policy as opposed to what really a normal individual should carry with them. And I think that we see in our business a lot of becomes a problem when somebody who doesn't have insurance causes an accident. Now you're going, well, I didn't do anything wrong, but because you have, very low rates, usually means you have very low coverage. Now you can barely afford your hospital bill.
It's really a self-deprecating philosophy in the sense that if the rates go up because of interest rates going up, the economy changing, people understand, oh, my rates went up 20% because everyone's rates go up 20%. But if my rates go up 25% because I was involved in an accident, it's all my fault. It's all something I did. It's such a self-deprecating view when the truth is you're doing what the purpose of the insurance is. You're taking advantage of it. You go to the hospital and you have health insurance. You don't keep the health insurance in your pocket and say, I'm going to pay this $10,000 hospital bill myself so that way the insurance doesn't know that I got treatment. No, you hand them your health insurance, you pay your deductible, and you move on.
From all of us at Jacobson and Tchernev, we want to wish you an exceptional 2026. Happy holidays. Have a great and safe new year.
And in 2026, if you slip and fall, you know who to call.